Hello guys, welcome to Tlife Us, and today's movie review is about Gunjan Saxena the Kargil, and this is the latest OTT release happened on Netflix, and it will be released on 12th of August, so just before the Independence Day. And I haven't seen the movie yet, but I wanted to share a few things before, and then I will start watching the movie and then share the thoughts with you. This story is about Gunjan Saxena, who is a war veteran, Kargil war veteran. So in 1999 she is the first woman officers to pilot to flew into the war and rescue our people. So this is the story about her, and I remember the times of Kargil war. It's in 99. I was very young, and so I can remember how was the situation at the country and all at the time. I didn't even remember seeing any women car drivers or women drivers at that point of time, and it's very hard to imagine how the situation would have been for Gunjan becoming the first Air Force pilot to go into the war. So it's around that time people started like women started working as conductors, and even seeing a woman conductor was a very different thing for everybody. And I even saw many cases where women were degraded at the time and all. Yeah, I really wanted to know how the situation was at Indian Air Force in 99. So she's being the first Indian woman pilot, how they treated her and all. I really wanted to know and watch the movie. Till this point of time, I have seen a couple of biopics, but only two things are in my top of my mind when I think a good biopic. It's one is Mahanati, and another one is Bag Milka Bag. Bag Milka Bag, and these two has a very emotional stories behind it, along with this their professional career and all. So hopefully this falls into that category. But so I'll watch the movie and I'll give you my thoughts on it. Hello guys, I watched the movie over the weekdays. On 12th itself I watched the movie, but I did not get a chance to do this video and post it on the next day itself. So I took this weekend as an opportunity, and I'm doing it. So when it comes to the biopic and war movies, there are two things has to be addressed. First thing, whether this story worth telling. Yes, this is definitely the story worth telling, and as well as worth watching. And when it comes to the war movies, people expect a very high voltage drama, action drama, and patriotic goosebumps and all, etc and all, like Uri or high drama. But here it's a war of different kinds, and it's like Gunjan Saxena has to do a war at the border with the enemy, and as well as with the society. So there are two wars in this movie. Coming to the story, and by this time you would have known this is about Gunjan Saxena, who is the first Indian Air Force officer went into a war, and she participated in 40 missions where she was done with like casualties, evacuation, and dropping of the stuff and supplies, and as well as locating the enemy camps and everything. Every dream has an expiration date. It's a sad reality, but it has. Like if you treat a dream as a product, and the product is kept in certain conditions, it stays longer, and by the time you have to utilize it and consume it. Otherwise it goes it's a spoil. And the same story, Gunjan's story, the environment that protected her dream and everything is her father. So the relationship between the father and the girl, and it's like the Pankaj Tripathi played her father role in this movie, and he was the guardian angel of her dream, and as well as he protected her dream to achieve and go to such heights in her life. It's a dream father for every girl in this real world. So coming to the performances of the movie, Janvi is the main lead. Janvi is just one movie old, and she has to do the heavy lifting in every frame of this movie. Janvi was present, so she has to do the heavy lifting of dialogues, emotions, expressions, and everything. And she did a good job of doing that. And I would say, for a just one movie old actor to do this a female centric role is a very tough job, but she did a perfect justification to the role. And at times she was not that good enough, but still she did enough to showcase her role as a Gunjan Saxena. Her innocence face and her age and everything is suited for this role. Also, we have to consider whom she is acting opposite with. So Pankaj Tripathi, Manav, and Vineet, and Angad Bedi. These are the names of the cast who are extremely experienced and as well as very well known to the audience, that they are what is the weight they bring into the portrayal they gives. So she did a fantastic job of delivering this Gunjan Saxena on screen. And as well as Pankaj Tripathi is the best option for this father role, and whenever he acts, he doesn't look like an acting, he just lives into the roles. And Vineet Singh, I believe, and I have seen him Bard of Blood. He's a great actor, and he portrayed the supervisor officer of Gunjan Saxena, who doesn't want her to be succeeded because she is a woman. And the supporting roles and everybody did a great job. And so this overall coming back to the dream of that girl. And from young age onwards, Gunjan has only one dream. She wants to become a pilot and fly an aeroplane, and she only wants to study enough to get her into that role. So she tries as a commercial pilot in the early days, and because of the high fee and everything, she was to drop her dream. While watching this movie, I remembered watching one more movie that is called Men of Honor. This is a story about a first black person who joins in US Navy to become a master driver, and the issues that he faces with the white supremacy people. And also it's similar where a black man fights odds to become a master driver in US Navy, and it's the same thing. A girl fights her way through to become a first Air Force lieutenant, so pilot officer. So there are parallels in this movie. Overall, this movie is about determination, patriotism, compassion, and humanity and the execution of this movie and the efforts put into this movie are very sincere. So director did a great job of telling this story, and sometimes I felt like this few of the scenes are worth watching in the main screen, and BGM is good. I never felt this movie is crossed its lines and doing something else, but it's always stayed on course and went ahead. So overall, this movie is definitely worth watching, and after watching the movie, you definitely feel this movie is good. So up to this point, this is a non-spoiler version. Let's go into the complete spoiler version and off. So from young age onwards, her only dream is to fly and become a pilot. But the thing is, her mother and brother and everybody in the society doesn't have pushed her or support her. Only thing that she has is dreams, and his father is a very supportive man. And so when she tries to become an pilot, she has to go through a lot of stuff. And when finally she got into this role of an Air Force pilot, there the actual story, I wouldn't say actual story, her actual struggle starts. So her main struggle starts at once she entered into the training institute at Udhampur, and there is no female officer before. So the thing is, like, there is no toilets, women specific toilets, and there is no dressing room to her to change her clothes into the different ones before she go for the training and all. So even and her fellow officers and everybody is like doesn't want her to be succeeded and giving her orders. And the people's belief in there is this is not a woman's job. They are not for providing equal opportunity. They are going to war, and they think woman is weak. So at that point in Indian society, and even if you see, there are subordinates who doesn't want it to face her or walk through her. just because they need to salute her. And this is how the system was, and everybody pushes her buttons to a limit that she wants to stop her career and stop her dream of becoming a pilot and everything, and come back to home and get settled, like getting married and all. At that time, father again motivates her and sends her back. And at this time, she will be called into the Kargil war. Even though she is at a war location and all, people doesn't that her supervisors doesn't want her to perform the job because she is a woman, and they feels that she wouldn't perform the job. There comes a difficulty situation to the officers. They have to use her, and she was called for the duty, and she performs the duty with a passion. And also finally she does the job and rescues the soldiers and everything, and everybody appreciates her job. Overall, in the story, what you wanted to see is how a woman officer paved the way for the future generation, and how she fought the odds and make everything easy for the present generation and all. Now there are like more than 1100 women officers in the Air Force, but she is the one, and she fought and got it. So till this portion, I talked about all the goods of this story. I'm a person who doesn't want it to go into the negatives of anything, but this has some backdrops. I wanted to touch base them. But the thing is, if you don't want it to look into that things, just stop the video here, and thanks for watching. I hope you have a nice weekend. So negatives of this story. So this told a story, but you have to believe that you have to tell a story that it is very believable. But some of the things were unnatural in the story, even though they provided the same information in the beginning in the disclaimer. This is a based on a true story, but all the events are fictional and everything. Insubordination is not at all a thing in a soldier's life, but sometimes she will in some places she will refuses the direct orders and goes around the thing and do stuff which I wouldn't think that would happen in this movie. In the movie, there is one scene where she has to go for her friend's marriage, and that is the worst casting ever made in the history of the cinema, because she goes initially that girl was shown, and she is suitable for the school age. Right now they were brought into a situation where she has to get married, and if the scene opens and if you see that girl is a kid or nephew of the bride who is playing around, but she comes and she explains her story. It's very funny, and in a dialogue she tells her us that she tried for a movie and movies, and she is even given auditions for being a mom. That's the most literally I laughed out loud. And the thing is, she looks like a kid, and she tried for a mom role. Is there? I can't understand why, when you're making a movie which of this quality and all, how can you cast someone like her in that role? I have seen some reviews, and somebody called it a fake story, and some criticism on Janvi's performance and everything. Just don't go into that because this is a very good inspirational story, as worth watching. So watch it with your family and enjoy the movie. Thanks for watching this video, and please do like, share and comment. I definitely wanted to see more comments and what your thoughts on this movie, so that I can think in your perspective and see and include in my next reviews. Thank you very much.